in, Amazing J's hands will just mean that if anyone can get a team fight started and hit the go button, it's him, and Nah just does so much work.
Yeah, not to mention On the Hunt now being available for Energy Pacemaker as well, so they can try and get that Nah sped up and into the right positions to really make that game-breaking or game-winning ultimate happen exactly the way they want it as well. And LGD looking for a little bit of a cheesy 5-man here as Kane, is just going to ward. Was waiting in that brush for a second, though, and man, that was close.
Yeah, TBQ putting down a ward as well. That was a trinket ward, just making sure that they have some early vision. Captain 57 getting a nice deep ward in.
And they knew that they were allowed to do that because they were, of course, spotted as a 5-man unit in that bottom side of the map, sort of giving up a lot of this deep vision. You can see that Amazing J also in the red buff jungle side of LGD and getting his ward down in the top.
Yeah, so it looks like once again, even after the funny business, no, actually a lane swap coming through as well. So looking to put Aurelia in 1v2 and get away from that long-range damage that can come out of Caitlyn early.
Yeah, very interesting. It's actually Flame heading back to base as well, but heading back to that top lane. I thought that they might have been able to spot this one out, but no, it's lane swap is going to go through, but Flame on this Aurelia. I mean, Aurelia known for being quite decent in a 1v2 situation.
Yeah, probably not as good as Nah, though. Nah has to transform extremely tanky, able to pick up a lot of early health for himself as well, has a much cleaner 1v2 build path, and does a lot more without items, of course. That ultimate is going to work no matter what. As we see Captain 57 picking up his red buff first, so electing with a main buff start as opposed to a smaller buff.
And do you find it interesting that Amazing J as well opted not to give Captain 57 the experience, not to take the experience from that red buff as well as they're double jungling here?
No, you have to give first camp full experience every single time you double jungle, and then you share from then on. So it just is a different way that you, I guess, so yeah, as I said, first full buff experience, make sure your jungler gets level 2, and then from there you can share.
Okay, so sort of a bit standard. I didn't personally know, but I'm excited to understand now. Thank you very much for the Jake Spawn Tiberi lesson in the double jungling situation. But do you think that Acorn is going to want to go into that one, or is he going to be happy to sit in this lane now and try and soak as much experience as he can?
Yeah, so he will definitely try and get around for the first clear, then probably TP back. It looks like the freeze has been put through, so they are sending PYL into the top lane to help out Flame, make sure he's able to CS under turret and doesn't get poked out too much. So Imp just going to be CSing at the last second possible, although now slowly his lane is pushing.
Yeah, so unable to quite get the freeze that he wanted to there. Flame Blade Surging, going to cop a Boomerang though for that one. Not going to take too much damage in this early stage though.
And it looks like Braum rotating around the map looking for an early gank. Won't be able to find much unfortunately because of how far Lou is pushing in way less at this point in the game.
Ooh, the Null Sphere going to come through onto Luo, so Wayless trying to do what he can in order to pressure out this one. Both of them opting to go for that Flask start just to have as much sustain in these lanes as they can. And at the moment, Wayless actually doing really well on this farm at this stage.
Yeah, it looks completely fine. Able to last hit, of course, with that W gives him increased attack.
Oh, such perfect teleport timing from Amazing J as well, coming in just as that cannon creep was about to die and can soak up this whole wave.
Gets a little bit trolled CSing by that swap from the turret. Can't actually get enough AD down to be able to one-shot the caster creep, so that could potentially be a lot of CS that goes to waste, as we have a 3-man gank squad coming into the top lane.
Oh, Flame waiting out that spell shield as well beautifully. PYL's here as well. He's going to have that play available. Kane gets played back. The exhaust was there for the slow, and that was just... Oh, that's Death Sentence as well onto Captain 57. Not quite going to have the play available in time, but TBQ is just going to be leaping all over this guy. Flash over the wall there as well, followed by another flash. 3 flashes! The play is there as well. Braum, Shu is just... He's not going anywhere. PYL's going to pick up that well-deserved kill from that beautiful passage of play.
Yeah, and still pinging on Captain 57. They were thinking about going even deeper there. That is a nightmare for EP. We spoke about how they needed to get off to the fast start. They needed to be the one that pushed the tempo. The lane swap did not work whatsoever, and now they're 2 kills down and 1,000 gold at only 5 minutes in.
Yeah, and look at Wayless as well. Happy to push up as far as he wants in this middle lane at the same time. Amazing J about to transform. We'll see whether he goes at all aggressive onto Imp, who can just net away. He's going to land a Piltover onto him as well as he's about to transform. just going to use that opportunity to ward out a little bit.
Yeah, and 1v1, now Flame will be completely fine.
Man.
Wayless is playing this so well.
Just perfectly. He's going to be going low on that mana just a little bit, but you can see 40 CS to 31 in a Kassadin pre-6 lane, which I just think is ridiculous.
Yeah, and just able to use that Q to harass in the mid lane. There's very mixed opinions on how well Kassadin does in this lane. I hear a lot, especially from the Oceanic guys, that they think Kassadin outright wins a lot of the match up against LeBlanc. I still think it is a hard matchup, level 1 to 5. I think LeBlanc can get some work done, especially through weaving auto attacks. However, we do have a gank coming in on Wayless.
Yeah, Captain's going to get leapt on here as well, but they're not going to want to commit to this one too much because TBQ has been spotted coming in from the side. He's just going to just do a bit of a round trip and then head back towards possibly this pink ward that may get spotted out.
Yeah, and once again, Wayless playing this matchup so calmly, not burning any summoner spells to get out of that. TBQ has been a little bit caught out. They're trying to protect that pink ward, of course, because when you put them down that early, it is a big investment. Yeah,
and Shu's sort of free to leave that top lane as well in a 1v1 situation. Flame not quite able to do too much to Kane in this top side.
Yeah, and it looks like Flame is CSing quite fine underneath this turret. It is taking a lot of damage as opposed to the bottom turret that has been frozen to try and deny as much CS as possible from Amazing J.
Boomerang going to land twice there as well. Winter's Bite going to come down at a Flame, so he's in danger of potential stun, but he's under that turret and he's going to be relatively safe. 28 a piece as far as our top laners are concerned in opposite sides of the map.
Yeah, and using his health as a resource there to pick up more gold because he does have that flask and some HP potion and doesn't think that he is in dive territory quite yet to be able to pick up one team fight and really run away with it.
Yeah, as we do finally get back into this game, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for bearing with us. Amazing J's going to clear out this wave with his boomerang. Of course, multiple boomerangs coming out of Energy Pacemaker this game. Imp just going to be clearing up this turret. And this is exactly where a Caitlyn loves to be. You want to be in a position to shoot turrets.
Yeah, you want to push as fast as possible, and you want to use that Caitlyn range that is just innate in her kit to be able to take the bottom turret as fast as possible and then move around.
Oh, Captain 57's been caught out in the meantime. It's going to go so low. PYL's going to pick up that kill with an auto attack, and Luo just going to get exhausted out of the way here as well. Amazing J flashing over here as well. There's the wallop. PYL takes so much damage. Amazing J picks up the kill, but he might pay for this one. Wayless has come in, and it's actually going to be TBQ that picks up that, and they're going to be able to steal away this red buff.
Yeah, so good response from EP to be able to trade 1-for-1 at the start, but in the end, just able to get another kill.
After Captain 57, this is of course early in this game, only about 8 minutes in, so Captain 57 had in fact respawned yet again after falling down.
Yeah, as we see, a little bit of a push coming in on the top lane. Kane and Zhu up there going to be able to do some work, take that one down, so they will trade objectives. However, they are on the wrong side of the map, so need to rotate through very quickly. Flames come back to the top lane. It is only 8 minutes in, so Dragon is very, very tanky at this part of the game.
Yeah, that being said, I mean, Flame able to walk his way down there if they do see what's going on. Of course, no teams having any vision on that Dragon.
Yeah, definitely not. And it looks like people will be recalling back to base.
Yeah, thankfully, bit of a pause situation. He's not sure whether he's going to, but we are going to find out as we do get back into this matchup yet again. Imp has rotated around to a mid lane because he's discovered that there's another tower that he can shoot with his gun.
Yeah, and this is the best way to use Caitlyn. Grab an early objective in the bottom lane. Imp is CSing extremely well at this point in the game. Has 104 CS already. Next highest on the map is 90 of Wayless. No one in the other team within 20 of him already. So yeah, Imp will be looking to just pressure objectives with Caitlyn during this mid-game trough. If you move people around the map enough and just take down creeps and turrets at the same time, you kind of can, I guess, mitigate a lot of the weakness that we did talk about that comes out of Caitlyn at that point.
Yeah, and just methodically clearing these waves as well. It's so easy to get into a rhythm with Caitlyn, and look, just not really frightened about either of these members. Knows that there's the Lantern and the Descent so close there.
Yeah, well, he's not frightened because that's a level 5 and a level 6 versus a level 8. Imp has picked up solo experience this whole game. 2 levels up is equal with Flame, as well as actually they've juggled experience extremely well to the point where PYL is level 5, but everyone else of the carries is up around that level 8, level 9 mark.
And once Caitlyn does get level 9 as well, I mean, getting Pilt over Peacemaker to the 5 rank mark just means that you can do so much extra damage with that ability and clear out these waves really, really effectively. So as an AD carry, generally you're looking for these item power spikes, but Caitlyn does have a slightly less important but still relevant level power spike as well.
Yeah, definitely, especially in regards to clearing out minions. So able to do that with ease at the moment. Looks like Roller will be the build that Wayless has elected into. He's picked that one up, so that started stacking. 12-minute Roller is fantastic timing.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Trinity Force nearly is finished up by Flame as well.
Oh, that's exactly what you mentioned before as well. I mean, you're going to have that Ace in the Hole come through and Wayless able just to offer that little bit of extra damage. And now, I mean, Luo has to think twice before staying near this mid lane turret.
Yeah, and it looks like TBQ wants to start up the Dragon at the same time. They've realized they've chunked out LeBlanc, so try and grab 2 objectives at once. They've got the mid lane turret. Dragon down to 2,000 health, so they'll be able to pick that one up as well. And as I said, as soon as you pick up that VF sword, you just ult LeBlanc.
Yep. That's exactly what they did, and they picked themselves up a free Dragon. Look at the vision around this river as well. There's 3 pink wards surrounding that Dragon Pit. Oh, actually, there's 4 pink wards surrounding that Dragon Pit. So I think I know where they want to get their pressure. And you can see they definitely paid off with that free Dragon as well. Nothing Energy Pacemaker could do. And now that they're dropping these turrets, now that Imp does have these extra couple of AD items, just means that it's a matter of time before they just keep transferring this pressure. And we'll just see whether Energy Pacemaker can make a move that can get them out of this bind.
Yeah, and this is a perfect situation because they've taken mid lane turret, and now they'll just be able to focus as much attention they want top lane because they killed the Dragon at the same time. So able to make sure that they're going to be putting pressure in the right places, as we have Wayless just backing away a little bit, doesn't want to fight the 1v1 as of yet, sees Kha'Zix on his minimap, I believe.
Although he does have a level advantage there a little bit, but not going overly aggressive. Intelligent move with the Kha'Zix just waiting in the wings. Ooh, nice use of that Force Pulse. Looked like Luo was actually out of the way of that one, but not going to be the case. Wayless able to play very far up here as well. He's so ballsy on this Cassidy, and as he does get chained here just a little bit, he's going to Rift Walk aggressively. Captain 57 is going to come in, and look at the Lantern from PYL at a fantastic time. It's going to be Captain 57 though, managing to get the flash into the queue to secure that kill. And Wayless just going a little bit overly aggressive. Thrill of the Hunt's going to be popped here, and oh, you're almost managing to get that one through. Oh, the chain landing as well. TBQ forced to use that flash to get out of there. PYL does land the death sentence. There's the play coming in, and that's actually going to secure the kill onto Luo. The Lantern is going to be able to get Imp in range for Captain 57. That's a horrible feeling when you are just going to get sniped so easily by a Caitlyn. Oh, actually, that's going to be the stand behind me, getting Shua out of trouble. An amazing Jace found his way. There's the Nah. Not quite managing to get the stun onto Imp, who's found his way over to the other side. Flame now in a lot of trouble. There's the boomerang for the final kill. I thought Flame for a second there was going to get out, but not quite able to, as Amazing J tries to get onto the low members of LGD, but that was such an extended fight. Yeah,
3 for 2 in the end. Wayless went a little bit too deep to start that one off. It's generally not a great idea to rift walk into someone if they're about to CC you. However, in the end, it looks like nothing else will happen after that, so it's just a lost team fight by a tiny margin, and you can see how high impact Nar is.
Yeah,
behind on items,
ridiculous.
30 CS down, and still able to come in with that huge ultimate and make sure that his team came out ahead. They need a couple or more of those for them to really get back in this game, because there still is a 3,000 gold deficit, but EP showing that they're still able to, I guess, go toe-to-toe for now.
Yeah, I think it's a lot due to the agricultural prowess of the farming abilities of LGD. That's just ridiculous, their ability to stay ahead in the CS.
Yeah, but in saying that, Kane has caught up now, and he's picked himself up 2 kills as well, so only the Berserker's Greaves behind, as well as the Brawler's Gloves, so
yeah,
he's started to get going on this Sivir, and we've seen how important Sivir's ultimate is to a team as well, and she's going to start pumping out some nice damage.
Yeah, certainly is. Extra Doran's Blade there as well, so going to have a little bit more health and more lifesteal if they do fight with these current item setups. They're not going too badly for Kane as well. It's going to clear out this pink ward here. It was put down in the previous engagement. Might actually pick up another one for his trouble as well. So doing some work clearing out the vision.
So that roll has been stacking up for about 4 minutes now, guys. So just over halfway.
Just over halfway. Hasn't actually been and bought anything since then. Actually didn't buy anything when he went back. Probably looking for that needlessly large rod when he can get it. You can see backing now. May decide, actually no, he's going to cancel his recall. So just doesn't really want items. Really want them at this stage. Not
Pick himself up a Scuttle Crab.
Oh yeah, that's the main objective on this map.
The most prized possession on the Rift, as we have,
once
again, Imp just pushing in repetitively into this mid lane. 171 CS now, so he's on 10 CS per minute. Looking for him to rotate into the top wave. I think that it is important for them to continue these objectives rolling, keep the gold ticking over and building up leads. As we said, they do probably have the only champion on the map in Caitlyn that has a very big power dip in this game. So now the Trinity Force is being picked up by Flame.
Another fantastic use of that Lantern. And Imp and PYL are on sort of the same wavelength when it comes to using that skill as well. Always able to pick that one up as soon as it comes out.
Evolve about to come through, so nice siege coming in here from EP. Able to pick up the mid
hit
turret.
that house.
That was really well played by Amazing Jay, just to walk up with his, I guess, Evolve coming through from that passive, able to zone them off. And you talked about that Lantern from PYL. That was in a position that Imp probably had no choice but to click it. It was dead underneath his feet to get him out of that
PYL
way.
Actually just being so good, he can predict where Imp is clicking at the moment that he throws it out. I think that might be a little bit of an overstatement of his skill, but to be perfectly honest, I mean, it's been pretty impressive.
TBQ up here for a gank. He is on a ward, but that's every member out of LGD.
Yeah, everyone coming around, going to get played by. There's the box there as well as Imp. Over the wall, just presses R, and it's going to secure that kill as they manage to translate it into an objective at the same time. And you have to think that Amazing J probably knew that that was the next place that they wanted to be.
Yeah, and this is just such methodical play out of LGD. They're just rotating through the jungle now, taking away
Flame
any...
click that ward instead of the Gromp? Man, that's tough. I would have clicked the Gromp. Fat fingered that one, most definitely.
I like the fact that that is your biggest surprise out of this game. How did he click the ward instead of the Gromp? Not how does he have 140 CS in a lane swap. How did he get the ward?
Look, it was honestly impressive, okay? Aren't I allowed to be impressed?
As we see the second dragon started up, this is probably EP's biggest chance to go in right now. Nah is on his way, so they won't be able to do it. And wow, the second dragon just bleeding objective now.
Just the tip of the boomerang, going to catch Imp there a little bit for a third of his health. But nothing going to happen. There's going to be another free dragon over to LGD. And
they're playing this map so methodically.
Yeah.
It is like a surgeon just taking someone apart. They're able to just get, they know exactly where they're stronger, they know where they want to be, what objective they have next, and they're just completely textbook pulling EP apart in this game.
Yeah, they really are. It's a bit like Operation here, and they haven't hit the walls once on this map. Is that what you were going for?
I'm not touching that
let me paint the picture for you guys. That was a definite facepalm from Jake Spawn Tiberi just there on the caster desk. Kane, without very much mana,
just looking to push out the way. Get a little bit more CS. Probably going to go back and pick himself up some boots too. As Shu has been spotted in that bottom lane. Wayless just going to make his exit out of the jungle. Playing pretty passive still. 0, 1, and 2. Not going as aggressive as I thought he would be on Cassidy.
Yeah, it does almost hit his Rod of Ages power spike as PYL throws Imp a Lantern into just getting another potential catch onto Amazing J here.
Ooh, Amazing J thinks they've pulled out of this one and is walked back up to the creep wave. Two people are still behind him, so they can go whenever they want on this one. Maybe deciding to go in on the mid laner instead.
Look at how deep the vision is here as well. TBQ just taking a bit of a chain to the head after that Sigil of Malice.
And the blue buff has spawned, so look for a little bit of a skirmish away from this one. Don't think they'll give it up completely, but it looks like they have them. EP are just have absolutely no interest in going anywhere near any member of LGD.
Yeah, Flame actually going to take that blue buff as well, so he's going to Blade Surge with impunity at this stage. Unable to get the reset of that last creep. That was so close.
Yeah, that's muscle memory for Aurelia players, because generally when you have your Trinity Force, your W active, you can one-shot creeps with 1 point in your queue. That no longer works. I think they survive with something like 3 HP, so you do have to put an extra point in there if you do want to do that.
A little bit unfortunate, but not going to be game-breaking for Flame as Wayless just going to shove out this bottom wave, and look at the vision that's on this top side of the map, it's like LGD just say, Flame, here, we're just going to provide you with all the safety you want, and you're just going to have all the control you need in that top side.
They've completely strangled EP out of this game. EP, once again, just feels like they have no decisions they can make unless they go for a massive team fight and get the perfect Gnar. I don't think they see any way that they can turn this one around at this point once again until it gets to about 40 minutes.
Yeah, and as you were mentioning before, I mean, MCS is ridiculous. We also have... Oh, look at that dodge from PYL, making sure that he keeps the movement speed from his boots of mobility and finally flashes out of the way of the Winter's Bite.
Yeah, so that was a Silver ultimate use, just trying to get a pick on PYL, able to get away from there. Now rotating into the bottom lane. That's a big CS wave already started up, so Imp will be able to walk into that lane and pick up a turret for himself, you would assume, pretty easily.
Yep, and you can see generally when you've got a AD carry freely wandering through the enemy jungle at 22 minutes in the game, generally things aren't going so well, and look at him, just loves hitting those turrets.
Yeah, and just playing this game so textbook, able to chunk a turret out from half just by good map movement and vision control, as you said, in that bottom side of the jungle. Once again,
Unbreakable being used. That's what this Braum is definitely good for, is stopping that damage. Imp actually going to take a little bit from some harassment from Kayn, but Kayn also getting chunked out. Another lantern is going to be thrown just to keep this team together. LGD, they do have Flame coming in from the side, just going to clear out a pink ward here as well, and they're making sure that they have so much vision control.
So LGD right now trying to bait EP into the same mistake they made last game, and that's looking for picks on the Aurelia as they go in.
Yeah, actually it's going to be Shu getting caught up a little bit. Flame going to take the lantern here. Wayless, of course, having a lot of abilities to move out. Amazing J getting caught up by the empowered bowler here as well. And again, Amazing J's chunked out. This is going to be the fight definitely going in favor of LGD so far. Oh my gosh, that static shift crit onto Captain 57. Took off half his health in one auto attack.
Yeah, although TBQ did go low. Nicely played on Rengar there, making sure that he was in and out of the brushes. Got two empowered bowlers out.
Yeah, within the space of a very short amount of time. Well utilized.
Looks like they will just be waiting for this dragon. However, they don't want to force anything within the minute, just because if it does go wrong, they will give up the first dragon. And the first dragon, the other dragons are important, do not get me wrong. But at this point in the game, if you have 0 dragons and you get 1, you feel like you have got a bigger power spike than you actually deserve. If they're 5,000 gold behind and a dragon behind, and just for a little bit of context, at this point in the game, that dragon stat should be worth about 3,500, 4,000 gold.
Yeah, because of the fact that it's multiplicative.
Yeah.
Of course. So that power spike is definitely something that Energy Pacemaker want to look for, and LGD really want to deny. So it almost means that it is still just as important for both teams as far as denial and, of course, acquisition.
Yeah, so look for LGD to once again try and wow as Imp is just going
Oh, and he manages to pick up the red buff there as well.
And they backed away 3 versus 1 from the AD carry. That's how much vision control they have over the bottom side of the jungle, and that is how confident Imp is in his play.
Yep, 7 seconds now until the third dragon just gets handed on a silver platter to LGD. This TBQ just takes a fun lantern ride because he can. It's a bit cute.
So this will be the third dragon of the game coming up, and that will be taken, once again, absolutely no contest. And EP have kind of just let this game slip now. 25 minutes in, that's a 5,000 gold advantage. I don't think they can do anything at this point in the game.
I don't think they are doing anything. I think that's the main point here, is that they're not really trying to get themselves back in, as we do have a little bit of a gank brush being set up here. PYL is going to give that one up.
Yeah, and
TBQ's actually going to thrill the hunt up here, but they are underneath the turret. Nice stand behind me into that Unbreakable. As Captain 57's been aggressed on here. Half his health goes immediately. Flame waiting in the wings and way less over the other side as well. They want to make a catch. Flame coming through.
They're just trying to pressure this turret and get the rest of the health down and then be able to go in for a team fight. So they've forced them off now. Wow, good.
Glacial Fissure onto Flame. He's just going to flash over that wall. And there's the rip-off from Wayless as well. There's the bounce coming in. Amazing J trying to get the work to come through at box place amazingly for the potential disengage if they want to. But look at the members of EP just getting evaporated. So many low health bars on both members. Amazing J, Imp though, out the back, able to just get these auto attacks down. And that's... Oh, brilliantly used. The Zhonya's Hourglass. Luo was almost certainly dead at that stage, and Imp is just too far ahead at this moment in the game. He's skipped the power trough, and he's just got so much damage.
Yeah, Amazing J got such a good Gnar in that team fight, and they still lost. Imp completely unmolested in the backline, just able to get out as much damage as he wants. That was once again a great team fight out of EP.
Yeah, it was so close.
They very, very decisively moved out onto 2 people that were trying to flank. They got a couple of ultimates and a flash at the very start, but in the end, it just went horribly wrong because of how fed this Caitlyn is.
Yeah, and she had the right idea, getting that Glacial Fissure down onto the members that were sort of straggling in the back and utilizing their man advantage in that situation, but the mobility available from Wayless and the flashes from Flame just got them out of that situation and into one that they wanted. And then the Gnar came through, it was great, but it didn't get Imp, and he was just getting so much damage across the team.
Yeah, and Imp now pick up a Last Whisper and another Zeal for himself.
Whoa.
So not even going for any...
Oh, nice sidestep out of the way, but the definitely going to be enough just using that play. That is going to be the answered kill then as well, as Captain 57 is going to use that ultimate and the flash in order to get him over that wall. Imp's going to chase afterwards as well.
That could be the first Baron in the game. Looked like they will move into it. Imp does so much damage at this point. And wow, LGD are just absolutely putting on a clinic against EP.
Yeah, it certainly is. Just ridiculous.